Hello again and welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day, and thank you all so much for taking the time to check out this YouTube video in which I myself, Hello Good Game, accompanied by my cat Simba, will be breaking down in depth our latest deck list, Temur copy, discussing the strategies as well as synergies held within, in hopes of providing you with a deeper understanding of how to pilot this deck effectively. Furthermore, we will be demonstrating all of our playlines within the ranked meta for you all against some of the best decks as well as players in-game, which is great because, the deck is going to pilot a little bit differently depending on the individual match you find yourselves in, right? So it's always good to be aware of the strengths and weaknesses for the specific matchups. And then finally concluding with our deck review, channel news, and everything else we could possibly think of. Maybe some more cat time, yeah? So kick back, relax, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, join the community Discord, and let's take a look at Temur copy. In standard best of 1 with a 60 card deck with a 2.9 average mana value supported by 25 lands, we have 24 creatures and 11 non-creatures. We are building the deck around Oko, the ringleader, really, as well as the Deep Fathom Echo and our beloved Mockingbird. All three of which can become copies of some of the most powerful creatures in-game, as far as I'm concerned. The Outcast Trailblazer, the Terror of the Peaks, the Vaultborn Tyrant, and maybe the Whale, but really the Whale's there as early game interaction, helping you survive, and then, of course, it has a big booty, which you can play on top and gain additional value that way. So let's break it down a little bit more in depth for you all. Oko, the ringleader for 4, has 3 loyalty as it enters the battlefield. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, it will become a copy of a creature that you control, except it has hexproof, which is really cool. So again, it can become a copy of the Wild Guide early on, allowing you to tap for mana, ramping into your more expensive spells. Pretty cool. It can become a copy of the Trailblazer in your mid-game, which is pretty decent, allowing you to draw additional cards when you play mana value 4 or greater. Power 4 or greater. And then, it can also become a copy of Terror of the Peaks to deal an obscene amount of damage when you play other creatures on top of it. And, that flying attack is no joke. And finally, the Vaultborn Tyrant, if you want to draw additional cards and gain life whenever you play a creature with power 4 or greater. So that static ability is phenomenal. We have a -1 that allows us to create a 3/3 green elk that can protect itself, which is quite nice. That would trigger the Terror of the Peaks as well, which is, worth mentioning. +1, draw 2 cards, and if you've committed a crime this turn, you will discard 1 card. If not, discard 2 cards. Not something we're really into doing. Of course, the Terror targeting something is a crime. We also have the Torch, Steps, and Maw that would be considered crimes. Also, the Lagoon Breach from the Whale, if you were super concerned about it. The draw is not bad if you don't have the right card. Get rid of the lands, find, the draw, so on and so forth. And then finally, -5 for each other non-land permanent you control. Create a token that's a copy of it. Well, that's going to win the game. So not too hard to get to. Sometimes you may be better off chasing that -5 with 2 +1s if you already have creatures in play to protect Oko. Otherwise, the -1 to create the elk may be most beneficial. Okay. Moving in to the Deep Fathom Echo now for 4 mana, a 4/4, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, explore. Reveal the top card of your library if it's a land in hand. If not, it remains, or you may put it on the bottom and accumulate a +1 counter, which is quite nice. And at the beginning of, after that, still at the beginning of combat, you can have it become a copy of another creature you control, which is fantastic until the turn's end. And much like Oko, you will be doing the same, procedure with, your early game, your mid game, your late game, right? And then we have the Mockingbird, that can just become a copy at will, which is quite nice as it enters. A 1/1 organically for 1 with flying, but you can pay extra mana and have it enter as a copy of any other creature on the battlefield with mana value less than or equal to the amount spent on it. And it's a bird with flying in addition to its other types. You know, again, early game, it's a wild guide to help you ramp out. Mid game, it's a trailblazer. Late game, peaks or tyrant. It's that simple. You can also copy your opponent's creatures, which is pretty cool. And, you know, moving away from that, the wild guide for 2, I've been mentioning this quite a bit, as a 2/2 can tap to put a counter on itself. It can also tap for mana of any color and be cast for an additional 2 to create a token copy of it that's a 1/1, which is quite nice. I do appreciate the offspring here. And, you know, if you don't need the mana, you can kind of threaten a decent block with that tap ability, right? Declare yourself as a block and then tap out. Pretty decent, you know? It's not the end of the world, but all of it together is pretty good. And then the whale, you know, we talked about this a little bit. Lagoon Breach for 2 at instant speed. The owner of a target attacking creature you don't control will put it on the top or bottom of their library, gaining you some tempo, offsetting you know, any baddies that your opponent may have. As a rule of thumb, it's going to take what Torch the Tower cannot. Instant speed for 2 mana, for 1 mana, settle down, doing 2 damage, okay? However, if you do bargain, sacrificing a token or an artifact, it's going to deal 3 damage and you scry 1, which is pretty decent. Not really what we'd like to do, but just be aware. So, you know, dealing 2 damage, exiling if it dies, you know, that's a fairly important component of this card as well. And, you know, whatever it can't take, then the Flood Maw can take. Instant speed for 1, returning creature and opponent controls to their hand. If you gift it a tapped fish, you can return target non-land permanent, which is quite nice. And then, like I said, that whale, Lagoon Breach, the attacking creature that you don't own, top or bottom. So that's pretty cool with interaction via the deck. And then, of course, 3 steps ahead can counter a spell for 3 via the spree. You can also create a token that's a copy of a creature you control, which is kind of, you know, forcing it over here in this deck, our copy stack. But also, you know, here, and, you know, maybe you need to draw and discard too, get through the lands potentially. So that's what we have within the deck for the interaction. Terror of the Peaks kind of fits over there as well a little bit. It is a 5 mana, 5/4 with flying, and spells your opponent's cast that target it will cost 3 life to do so. And whenever a creature enters the battlefield, Terror will deal damage equal to its power to any target. Excuse me. And, you know, that's going to support Torch the Tower through our damage-based removal. Playing the whale early, bouncing something, gaining tempo, getting the Terror in, and then playing the whale on top is, you know, going to be quite extensive, right? And not just that, everything else. The Vaultborn Tyrant is a 6/6 with trample. Of course, when you play a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card, gain 3 life. That's insane. When it dies, if it's not a token, create a token that's a copy of itself, except it's an artifact, which is decent. We mentioned the Trailblazer. This can also ramp alongside the Wild Guide via the plot for 3, because when it enters, you generate a mana, which is nice. And then, of course, it's also a draw engine, power 4 or greater entering, which is pretty decent. Mockingbird will keep ETBs, right? Where Oko and Echo don't, because they're just transforming into once they're already in the battlefield. So you can Mockingbird the Trailblazer and get that mana there as well, which is pretty decent if you wanted it. That's the deck. We've got passages with our basics, which we love. I'm using 2 fast lands and 1 pain land to support as my current 3-color, you know, layout with my lands. I don't know really what to call that. It is more blue and green, as we see here via our percentages. 49% blue, 46% green, only 23% red. So we have skewed that a little bit to reflect, okay? I know a lot of people are really curious on how I'm doing my lands and why I'm doing my lands this way. That is my insight for you. If, of course, you have any opinions on the deck, hit us up in the comments below. Deck list in the description. Kick back, relax. Let's try to win some games. Thank you so much for hanging out with myself on Tuesdays. Appreciate it. Let's go. On the draw, keeping 7. The Wild Guide, really? Interesting. A lot of land. What the heck? No. No. It's all fun and games. Till someone copies. I think I'll take this, won't I? Really? My draw engine. That they would kill with this. Well, that sucks. Ooh, that doesn't though. Exploring is quite good for us as well. Five, this one would be 6. Oh. Guess I should have seen that coming. Okay. That was important. I'm wondering if I keep cards in hand. The exploring here is great. I just keep cards in hand. Shouldered will be annoying. Nice. Still looking for lands, honestly. It will win us the game. Grab 3 life. Just keeping cards in hand for a discard. To stop losing life. And we're just going to play the field as it is. It's not great. They're going to take the Tyrant, right? But for now we have this. Let's explore. Hit for 4. Why didn't it say I have 5 land out? That's strange, isn't it? Now I do. Okay, where things get weird. We lost our whale on top because of the passage. Shoot! Shoulder's fine, they have only... What? This is a strange bank. Oops. I think we're going to get it anyways, though, there. We're in a really nice spot. Opponent goes first. Oh, that's fine. Let's keep 7. Nice interaction. Some good cards in general. You settle down over there. Take it while you can. You never know what they've got up their sleeve. Removal this turn. Trailblazer next. Valiant up? No. Thankfully they can't. We had to go before the prowess trigger, though, anyways. Okay, another hero. A red source. I need a 4th land. I want to use the whale. I don't think they've got it, though. Maybe they do. Maybe I should have. Just can't see 18 damage here. Next turn? Sure. Should be able to interact favorably. Anything else? Nope. I think this is worthwhile. No way. Okay, that's worth it to me. I mean, it sucks a little bit, but no problem. No problem. Beautiful. Draw a card. Okay, here comes the hero again. Valiant trigger. Now we dunk on it. With a secondary terror. Draw a card. Kill the hero. Take 4. Good game. Peace! Going first with this hand? Give me the ramp. Give me something to ramp into. You're a red source. removal right away? Nah, you can wait. Unless you want to offspring this on 4, that could be the better option here. Huh, you think so? Take that before the land drop then. We don't have anything next turn. They have removal, this plan goes up in smoke. Getting the land. Does that go in my hand? I've made a terrible mistake. Well, luckily we have 2 4-drops. Probably takes the Tyrant though, am I right? Really? And that takes us to 6. We just need 7. Maybe they're in our hand again. Maybe they have some removal on the ramp creatures. Yes. Taking the land, I think. Well, they have a land. Playing the Gecko. Makes mana. Very good. Into a Claw. Into a Lasher. We send them to London. We don't have a second red source, unfortunately. Yes, we do. I thought we didn't. So the Possum can tap to become a 2/2. It's a better blocker. Put the stop on so you don't forget. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Here comes the damage. A massive attack. Bro. All right, down to 4. That's not good. Hey, why did I lose my ramp creature? Oh, it was a 1/1, not a 2/2. Why was I thinking it was a 2/2? Because it was the offspring token. And now I got a slow land and I've just thrown the whole game away. Do you know what a punt is? Let me know in the comments what a punt is, because I think we may have just witnessed one. I don't think I needed to block it. And then we could have gained life and removed this. Maybe still would have been dead. Either way. That's an Olympic level punt. They should send me to London. In fact, I'll send myself.
You're going to London. Okay? You're going to London.
Let's mulligan for a better hand that has some ramp. Well, something beggars and choosers. Unfortunately, the whale is better early on, as it not only... Oh, hello. Acts is a draw spell on top of the Trailblazers, but survival beforehand. We're going to plot these. Oh, we're going to plot them so hard. And maybe triple play. I don't know. Mono black. Yikes. It has to be a control deck if it's not doing anything. What you doing, Willis? What you doing over there? We can play 2 for 0, generate 2 to 5, spend 2. That's not enough. Well, might be our only choice. So Shouldered is really, really, really good against us. So we go for it. I don't know what we would draw, but it would be good to take a red source. We've got nothing, we'd be spending it. Not for 3. A blue source and a Mockingbird, though. This is nearly criminal. And we bounce Shouldered the turn before drawing, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards? I don't even want to count, bro. I'm just gonna play another bird for 0. Get it out of our hands so we're not discarding. Holy. Someone send this kid to London. That's gotta take the wind out of your sails. Have a Shieldred, punish draws, have it bounced, and then them draw so many cards right in front of you. They're leaving our draw engines because they know they can punish it. Which, I don't know. Okay, okay, okay. Triple removal? No. Wow. That is insano. This is a red source. Crazy. We're gonna bounce Shouldered.
You're standing between me and my prize. Your obituary will be quite good.
Hit for 8. I like Flood Maw with the whale and tower with the peaks. That's pretty cool. Hello and goodbye. Just a ton of damage here. Yeah, good game. 8, 12, 15. Beautiful. On the draw, keeping 7, ramping is the name of the game. Looking for a payoff spell. We can, I always like to say kick, but utilize the offspring within the wild guide. Oh, hello, Tuesdays. Meow. I stream now. Say hello. What are you playing? My deck? He's like, hey, I built this deck, just so everybody knows. Don't worry, dude. I already told them you build all my decks. Yes. That's why they're all so good. Every deck's a cat deck. Hey? Alright, we have Collector's Vault out. Maya's getting jealous. She's seen the interaction. And she's going to come counter it. So we lost our ramp. Unfortunately. How's your chance to escape? Hey. I'm right where I want to be. Don't kid yourself. I can't pet you anymore though. Maya will get jealous. I think Oko is going to be better just with like an elk.
I'm sure prey becomes predator. Let's raise the stakes.
Attack or +1 counter? Just hang out. Yeah, sometimes claws at the back of my computer in the vents, and the fans are right there, and it worries me. It's like, no, dude, that's how sharp are my claws. Sparks start coming off like it's a grinder. Rule T. Oh, Rexy Doodle. Okay. Do you think they go right to 3? No, they're gonna slow roll it. But this is really good. Wow. Makes me quite sad. They're gonna be laughing. How could you not laugh at that? That's my best card. I guess find something good here. Really? Brutal draw, dude. If for 9, it's worthwhile, and I think we're gonna need it. I don't even think we have time to wait on this, do we? Well, no, they could grab a field wipe, so I don't want to play that. I'll hold. Losing 3 life here. They might go for Virtue. But I didn't want to play my last creature and then let them field wipe, right? Down to 5, paying 3, which might incentivize a Lockthwain Scorn for life gain. Tunes are a little loud. Oh, and it was a field wipe. So I think making the appropriate decision there. Now, this is a bit of a problem. We minus to make the elk. And then copy the elk hit for 3.
Your obituary is quite droll. This will make things exciting.
I gotta play it. Now, if it's a field wipe, it's a field wipe. So be it. Oh, they're gonna take my life gain. I don't like that. I guess I should have kept it in hand. Did I just misplay? I should have copied my Tyrant with my Mockingbird. But I was greedy. I was like, oh, the flying will be enough. But technically, if they don't have another creature with power 4 or greater, I think we're hitting them for 6. because Oko copying the Mockingbird will have flying and can get through the block. Now, of course, they could have removal. That's quite likely. Removal, creature with power 4 or greater. Maybe I should have kept the Mockingbird. Maybe not. That's really hard to say here. Probably should have. But then again, they need a secondary removal spell.
For answers. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
That's one of those things. Was it the right play? Was it the wrong play? It's so hard to say. You know, specifically in the moment, on the event horizon, you don't know. Make an elk. It could be Sheoldred's Edict. And they would want to use that now. But they could kill Planeswalker anyways with them. They have to single target this elk. Well, the Mockingbird, really. Oh, discarding for it. To kill my walker instead. Oh, what a Chadelphia! Okay. They have the cottage. They have the vault. No, they have it all in their deck organically? Bruh. This game's over.
I'm tired of this.
We got pretty close though, right? Dang, dude. If they didn't have the Tyrant there. That's crazy. That's crazy. Good for you. They top decked that. By the way. By the way. That was a top deck. On the draw. Some interaction. Pretty slow, no ramp. Mulligan for ramp. Finding a little bit of it. Keeping 6. You stay, and unfortunately we don't have the mana to support that. Making it an easy discard choice. I am still grateful for the mana, you know. It's a problem we would have had to have solved. Now it is. Oh, I guess that's good. Losing a removal is not great. But, you know. Mono Blue's actually pretty aggressive these days. I mean, it always has been. How do we dodge counter magic? That's the thing. You can't. Well, it's one of those things where you just grind through it. If you get it, you get it. If not, not. Now the question is, which card do you want to lose? The Terror, which you cannot cast next turn, without another red, which makes it, again, an easy choice here for us. We can still cast the Echo next turn. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, okay. 4 in hand. Maws are up. I don't think so. That was cute, though. A lot of mana. Interaction still open. Another counterspell for sure. Good on ya, Bill. This play line so much. I mean, I can't do that forever, let's be honest. Take the damage. Damage for you. Tap Adelphia. Okay. 2 in hand. Someone needs to start drawing. I wish I had the mana. Tuesday. Platform? Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm quite cold. Okay, the crab's actually getting there now. This will be a mountain. Secondary red source. Got it. Top decking a land off the top. No more counter magic. Down to 15, unfortunately. That's substantial. All right. At least it's something. And it could find the land with the Explore if it lands. Is able to enter the battlefield. You wish. You wish. Oh, I gotta pay for it. Okay. And they used it maybe prematurely. I don't know. What do you guys think? There's the land. Hey. Don't. Okay. Taking 7. That's a lot. That's half our total. Leave me alone. Ouch. What do you think? Go for it or wait again and clean up this? I think we should wait, shouldn't we? You know they've got it. Gives us maybe another land or two to play around it with our actual card of value. They have another crab. Don't play me like that, dude. There's... I should have vaulted. Oh, frustrating. Well, let's clean this up. If they're willing to spend their counter spell to block this, so be it. What if they just flashed in with another crab to win? Well, there's nothing I would be able to do anyways. Okay. Not ideal. They have to have top-decked gas, a draw, and interaction. Down to 3. Can we turn it around? So we could Tyrant off the Trailblazer mana, exposing ourselves to a 2-mana counter, or we could Tyrant immediately to play around it. Or we could Trailblazer, Echo, which might be the best, as it is a triple spell. However, you know, if we're playing around it, we're also giving them another turn to draw. I think we play as many cards as possible, just in case. A, we're getting blockers. B, we're drawing cards. C, we're playing around counter magic. Which didn't seem like it was there, but we've committed. That's quite helpful. That is quite helpful. Save it? No. Maybe. It's just tap stuff, which we don't really want to happen. This is the counter spell here. This is where they counter. No counter. Could be more dispersals. Secondary crab would kill us. Also. Have I played a land? I hope not. I don't think we have. Yes, we have. No. Another crab kills us. There it is. I can only block one. Nice top deck. Nice top deck, homie. All right. He likes the deck. He's not too enthused with my play lines. He's a little bit upset about that pump. He wants everyone to know that it's not the deck's fault. It's just HCG's fault. Right, Tuesdays? Damn straight, human. If you weren't aware, my cats brew all these decks. So, shoutouts to them. Appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the list and today's gameplay, the video as a whole, dare I say. Of course, there are plenty more for you on the channel to check out. I'm anxiously awaiting Duskmorn, the new set. early access on the 18th. Come hang out, say hello. Till then, you know, we're kind of looking at spoilers, theory crafting, and playing with some of our favorite decks from this set. So, thanks so much for spending your time here. Have an absolute magical day. If you have any ideas to improve the deck, comments below. You know, I had some of my own. If you're curious, do you want to go through them? Should we? The adaptive, early drop, and it grows throughout the game because we're playing so much Mite. Molten Duplication. We can copy some of it. That would be good, right? Blade. Okay, that copies it too. Not bad. If we go Naya, which we chose not to, we love the Boar Bro. Storm Splitter, considered it. No non-creatures though. Apprentice's Folly, you know, we were kind of looking at a more of a non-creature build. It didn't make the cut though. Calamity is fixed and it would be good. You could play this, but kind of feels like cheating, doesn't it? Definitely didn't make the cut. Sorry. It was just like, I really liked it. If you're curious, it's like the Kiki Jiki, but it's just so easily removed as a 2/2 for 2. I was unable to have it trigger even once. It gets obliterated by everything. So I like it, but I just couldn't get it to work. Let me know if you can. The Mentor, you know, maybe that's something that we could play alongside the Wild Guide for more ramp. The Metamorph, furthermore, becomes a copy of stuff. It's just a 3/3 though when it enters, so that could be a bit of a bummer. And then creating tokens of our tokens, which we don't really have a lot of tokens anymore, as the deck has changed a little bit. So, you know, just kind of like thinning out my maybe board for the deck. Cards that I could see in here. Maybe even Scoundrel, even for ramp, is good, so I think I missed that. That didn't make it. You know, I could not find a place for them successfully. Feel free to let me know if there are any other cards that we should add to that list, and maybe we could play test with, right? You know, this card over that card, for example. Always room for improvement. You know, my decks aren't perfect, obviously. The cats are making them, but with your help, they can be. So thank you so much. Have a magical day. Like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord. But most importantly, have a magical day. Take care.